Clap. What up, world? What up, world? What up, scholars? How y'all feeling? Welcome to another episode of the Educated Brothers podcast. You already know it's your boy Dante.
Huff Puff Jug, what's good?
Oh my God. He can't never just give a regular introduction.
I was like, nah. Scholars with a do, baby.
I ain't even know they made Hufflepuff jerseys until
bro,
you, bro.
When I found this shit, bro, I'm like, yo.
And you an avid Hufflepuff person.
I'm Puff all the way.
You've
dog.
been Hufflepuff even before.
I've been Puff since I was 10, dog.
Yeah, son. You've been an avid Hufflepuffer.
We out here, baby.
I hope your Quidditch stats is up there, son.
You don't wanna see me.
The playoffs is probably around the corner.
You don't want to see me on the pitch, dog. You don't want to see me on the pitch, dog. I get it in. And I'm big. I'm a seeker. What's up? What's up?
Listen, all I know is...
Harry, come see me. Come see me.
Start tweaking.
Yo, son. Wrong sport, son. I know it's kind of like lacrosse, but wrong sport, son.
You still go hard in the
I know. But before we get into it, talk about our antics. Y'all know how we do, scholars. We want to introduce another guest that we have on today's episode. Y'all know how we do. We gonna let people introduce themselves, plug in what you want, your IG, all that stuff. Tell the people who you are.
All right, boom. I'm Tajir Taylor, last name. On IG, I go by, it's T Taylor backwards, but a lot of people mistake it for royalty.
So I do that shit all the time.
Yeah, people be typing in like, what is it?
Like, your shit ain't
Royalty? It's not, and how you spell it? And it's T Taylor backwards, but
that's clever.
yeah, my name is Taj, go by TJ.
That's that wordplay.
You know, that's me.
Alright.
Yes, sir. So as y'all know on how we do things, it's organic. Y'all know this is our show, so we're gonna talk about what we want, how we want, and because we can. And at the end of the day, the scholars that have been rocking with us,
yes, sir.
Welcome back. New scholars,
yes, sir.
We're glad that you got your class schedule. Welcome. Those that have left, well, you ain't gonna see this one, and we ain't talking to you. And that's all good.
They'll be back.
And as always, you already know we can't go on with the rest of the show without shouting out the lovely producers that we have over here at Bravery Studios.
Bravery
you know what I'm
up,
saying?
baby.
Bravery up. Y'all know y'all heard that plug in. Absolutely. Bravery Studios. We are always plugged in the family. That's our second family right here. We was just talking about that too, about how when you get here, it's like the ambiance for us. It's like it's now in our it's part of our routine. You know what I'm saying? So like Mondays roll around. If I'm not here, something feels a little off. Something feels a little off. Like damn, my week gonna go a little different this week because I'm so used to being here. But y'all know we rock with our family very hard, very heavy. But before we jump into it, Sean, how you feeling, brother?
Splendid.
Splendid.
Like 8 D's on it.
That's a lot of. You must be feeling really good.
Yo, listen. I'm good. I hired a new nutritionist today.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Let's clap that up. Let's clap that up, man.
Clap it up for me.
Okay, you got a nutritionist.
Doing big man things.
Okay, I see you.
You know, I'm always up and down with my weight. So, and I know my number one problem is eating. I work out a lot.
That's everybody know.
Yeah. But my thing is like, I had to come to grips that I have a fear of being hungry.
Okay.
So when my nutritionist is working, shout out to Simone. You know Simone.
Oh, that's the homie. Shout out Big Simone right there. Shout out the homie Lee too. You already know. Those the homies.
Yeah. So we were talking today, and then I'm discovering. I already knew this. I have a really bad fear of being hungry.
Okay.
You know, we all from certain places. You know how that shit feels. So now I'm in a place where I don't never have to be hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't allow myself to be hungry.
But that trauma still stick with you.
Exactly.
It still stay with you, bro.
So that's crazy.
It's wild.
I was thinking, so there's this theory that like parents, like you know how like when you were younger, they were like you can't leave the table. Until you finish
Yo, that's a trauma.
like,
that's a form of trauma too.
People still like if you have a whole lot of food, they'll eat it all. It's like you can
I'm people.
Portions.
Nah, yo,
I'm people,
Right.
bro.
we went out a few weeks ago. There was no way I should have finished that big ass platter of food, but I finished that.
You cleaned it up.
I would say his face said it all, yo.
And that's the issue because I be satisfied, but I'm like, yo, I can't leave this here, and I'll finish it. And that's my number one problem. So we starting off small. She's gonna put me onto the right shit. That even if I do make the mistakes of overindulging in it, it won't affect me as badly as the shit that I usually eat. So baby steps. But
Nah, it's crazy that you say that too, bro, because I realized my people at work helped me realize this, yo. I have a really unhealthy relationship with food. My unhealthy relationship is I treat it like it's a reward. I can't go get lunch until I put in enough work. So when my coworker asked me one day, she was like, so what does enough work look like? And I was like, well, it looks like if I know if like I put in another hour.
But you couldn't put that shit.
I had no, because think about it. You're telling yourself you can't eat when you're hungry because you feel like you didn't deserve it. That's crazy. That's crazy. But you know why? That stems back to when I was middle school studying and stuff like that. I wouldn't go get dinner or nothing like that until my studies were complete. That wasn't from my parents though.
Very determined of you.
That was me saying I want to make my parents proud, so I can't do anything else until this is done. But then it developed into this really unhealthy habit. So to your point, yeah, bro, nutritionists is vital. They are vital, bro. Especially as we get older, because when you're younger, I can't speak for y'all. Well, Sean, you was with me a lot of these times, but bro, I used to go to Wendy's because we used to have friends that worked at Wendy's. Yo, I used to go on. We used to go through the drive-through.
My freshman year, I had to
go through the drive-through. I was the only one that drove at the time, bro. I used to have 4 or 5 people in the car making 4 or 5 different orders.
Listen, I've never seen anybody turn around like this nigga did. Let me tell you how this shit went. So, D was always normal size.
Right.
D went to like a 3-year phase. We just gonna call him Plump D. We're not gonna call him Heavy D. We're gonna call him Plump D.
Okay. Call it what it was. I was Heavy D, son.
No. You wasn't. I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna call you Heavy D because you had weight on you, but you wasn't.
I wasn't hefty.
Yeah.
It was like you could see the weight was there, but it wasn't like
So
okay.
We're gonna call it Plump D.
Okay. All right.
So pause, but
Pause.
but yes. Yo, but Dante disappeared for a couple of months. He was still keeping in touch, but we ain't see him. This motherfucker showed up.
Crazy.
Not only did he show up in shape, this nigga had more muscle on his body than I did. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I'm not joking. Dante came out.
You disappeared? Were you in the jail?
Nah, yo. What happened was I was going through what I'll call a change in my life is the best way I could put it. There was a lot going on. I won't just put it on like one singular thing. There was a lot going on. Okay. But I have another really bad habit of not telling people what's going on. I just go inward. So the time that I was away, it wasn't like I ain't fuck with nobody or nothing like that. It was just, in my mind, if I tell y'all what's going on, ain't nobody gonna listen to me. Nobody don't really care. And that's not the truth. That's how I felt. But that's
a lot of people feel like that.
Exactly. So it was like, I just gonna go inward because it's my problem.
And then a lot of people don't know who to go to.
But I wish I had his problem because that nigga came back looking like
he came back. Hey, he battled that. He beat that version.
Oh, yeah. Listen, that adversity was trying me, and I was like, nah, bro, we're gonna get my mind right. I started doing like yoga. I was just going for jogs, going to the gym, doing light weights and stuff like that. Before you know it, it just started. One thing led to another, and it was one of those that I didn't feel bad. I felt bad because I ain't link with people that was trying to link with me. I would always say things like, nah, I can't today, or I just wouldn't answer kind of thing. And it was no shade to nobody. It was just, I was going through something, and I didn't know how to really like formulate my words to really say everything. So it was like, let me just deal with it myself, and then I'll come out afterwards.
It take time. I mean, a lot of people go through these same issues. But, like, you got to learn to give them time, especially when they're your boy. Like, I live with 3 of my best friends. Like, yo, I think Rick Ross said it. You know, instead of beefing with your dog, you got to give them distance. So, like, that time, like, everybody need that time to themselves.
Big fact.
Big fact.
Just to regroup and regain their ground. And then you get back out there and then you back to who you are. Because, I mean, shoot, you come back better. He came back looking like, looking like Shazam.
Dante came back. Dante came back looking like a fucking supermodel. Then looked at me and was like, yo, I got a play coming up. I'm like, nigga, you acting now too? Oh, stop.
Yeah, I started doing mad shit. I ain't telling nobody about it, bro.
All applications for shit.
I'm like, swim. About to be in jet and shit. Like,
about to do singing out swimming.
I was like, yo, bro, now is the time. Like, I'm about to just start trying shit. Because I've put myself in a box before where it was just like, you're this person who works for a company, and because that's how I establish myself as in terms of an identity, people say, what do you do? Oh, I do this. I do this. I had to evolve past that. So now it's not what do you do? It's like, oh, I don't just do this. This helps me keep the lights on. But my passions are videography. I'm an actor. I'm a public speaker. I do all these things because it's like, nah, I'm not putting myself in a box no more because that's not who I am.
And it's not healthy.
At all.
Like, if you realize, like,
that's a limiting factor to your success in any way, shape, or form.
I had to realize that as far as like when it comes to like my, our parents and stuff like that. My pops, he's like dying for me to be a firefighter, and I'm like, yo, that's cool and all, but like he never really put the bug in my ear to be like, yo, do a business, do this, and get like. It was like.
Is your pops a firefighter?
No, my family member was. My uncle was, but I think he went out. He tried to do the test and he just wasn't with it. Whatever. I did the test. I passed. I do everything. I don't even get in. I don't get no recognition or whatever. But just to kind of fall back to that point, it's just like you need those extra hustles. You need the extra just to be like, yo, this is what I like. This is who I am. I do this. I do that. I do this. Everybody has to do that.
Yeah.
I sweat too much. You said firefighter, and I already got hot. It was like, shit.
One thing I learned about the old school, that's what I call our parents. The old school is, because my dad did the same shit. He was like, because when I told him that I was going to like get into acting, he was like, so what are you going to do for money? Right. I was like, well, I'm going to, get some gigs. And he's like, okay, that's cool. But like, what are you going to do to keep the lights on?
Porn.
Like, Dad, I'm about to be an actor. What kind of acting you about to do? Well, it's going to be art involved. It's going to be very artsy, if you will.
That's how a lot of them start off. Remember,
that's how they start off.
I did not know that.
Bruh.
I don't even want to know that, but that's great.
Nah, he did. But the thing about it is, like, Sylvester Stallone, his story is actually pretty not
his
entertaining,
first movie was
but
a porno, dog.
Yo, because
how long was this porno?
It was one of those because Sylvester Stallone, he was trying to break into Hollywood for years.
And you gotta remember back then, if you did those. Yeah, I remember back then the production in porn was similar to a fucking movie now.
Because he had Real Rocky, and they was telling him like, nah, we don't want you in it. Because he wrote it and was like, yo, I'm gonna only give y'all this script if I could be Rocky. And they was like, you ain't gonna be Rocky.
That nigga did porn and wrote a movie called Rocky.
This guy, son. This guy, I hate him so much, bro.
Nah. I did not know that, yo. I did not know that.
Yeah. No. And then because they finally picked him up and said, fine, you could be Rocky. We'll let you do it. The rest is history, bro.
I hate finding things out about like superstars like that.
Yeah, like crazy, if you look at a lot of people's stories, bro, there's a most of the older actors though, like not really right now.
Yo,
like,
the Knicks is doing coke at halftime, bro. Back then was wild.
Jordan said he pulled up his rookie season to the Bulls and shit, and they were smoking weed, doing coke.
Yes,
back then was so reckless. But like I had to realize like our parents had to like survive. That was a survival era. Yes. So like it was just like get a good job and you'll be fine. Now the market. It's $8 for eggs. Like I can't just have a job.
Why, like parents saying things like, "Yo, just get that job, get that 401k." Like I get what y'all are saying because y'all want us to be responsible and look for the future and all that. I get it, but yo, the way that the world is evolving, we can't just put ourselves in that one source of income box. For example, the place that we call home. You think we the only podcast that's on here? Hell no.
Bravery,
you know why? Shout out to Bravery, because they're a poppin' ass studio and there's more people who want to be here. So they got more podcasters. They could just be like, nah, you know what we'll do? We'll have one podcast on here, be here every day and pay us.
Every day.
You know what I'm saying? But then think about it on, like, let's say we did it.
Good luck,
bro. Like every day, like, damn, every day for a whole month. They
would have came up after the second episode like, yeah, we got to close the building down.
But if you got a multitude
high as hell.
Yo, look at this room alone. This ain't the only room that they got.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? The lights got to stay on somehow. But at the end of the day, they don't just put themselves in the box and say we're gonna just do one podcast. They let all these people come in and fill in these slots. That's how, in terms of finance, that's how the world is going. Right. Yo, did y'all hear that? I think it's China, South Africa, and Brazil maybe are trying to come up with a whole new currency on their own. Subsequently, funny story, not funny, but the dude who created Cash App got killed. When? Right as soon as the report came out that they was about to start coming out with new currency. Yeah, bro. And he got stabbed up like this was jail, bro. I'm not talking about no sniping.
So no natural.
Stabbed up, jugged him real quick and
he got poked up.
The dude is like 35, bro. It's like 36. No older than 40.
He was at an ATM. Somebody recognized him, walked behind him.
And all I'm saying is, I'm not saying that that the two are correlated, but I'm also not a dummy. Like I've read enough history to go like, all right. Ooh. So I know that there's different currencies and all that stuff. Yo, bro, I'm not. We should have talked about this on our conspiracy episode. It just didn't happen at the time, but bro. Let me just tell you something. All I'm gonna say is this. It's just really surprising to me that a brand new currency is being talked of being developed, and a current currency that the world uses that has no real financial governing behind it. The founder of it is just gone.
Nah, he got poked up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's weird
so
to me,
many
bro.
questions.
That's
That police
weird to
report
me, bro.
crazy.
Could have possibly just made somebody mad.
Where was he?
San Fran.
He was in Cali.
He was over there with Larry June people.
But what I'm saying, yo, Cali
Family, they rough.
and San Fran, that's not.
They
Nah, a
healthy.
lot of people get popped up.
They healthy.
Bro, they ran up in Pelosi's
They
house.
healthy, but they packing.
They
Listen,
Larry
ran
June.
up in Pelosi's house.
But what I'm saying,
Secret Service was there, nigga.
But think about it. Think about it. They're not just running down on regular people. What I'm saying is, you really think that these people are moving just like, yo, I'm gonna just jug whoever?
Nah, because outside.
That's
of him,
all I'm saying,
hold
bro.
up, outside of him getting stabbed, did you ever see this man's face before?
No.
That's my point.
And I don't need to.
So
But
somebody
you,
probably really shanked him up.
and
he
that.
really
But what
got
I'm saying is,
wrong place,
why
wrong
would they
time.
be
Yeah.
mad at him?
He probably was a robbery going bad, dog.
A robbery? I'm gonna steal you for your Cash App money, bro. He's the owner of
They didn't
Cash
steal him
App.
from his Cash App money.
But so then, what would they rob him for?
He
Is
was
my
at an
question.
ATM.
So what would they rob him for?
His money.
If he's at an ATM,
Yeah, because he must have took something out.
You
No, he
mean-
took his money out.
But what I'm saying is, so
He
you
had
mean
to
to
wait.
tell me that it was a random dude that just walked up and was like, oh, he's got money.
Nah, I'm pretty sure that is more that's gonna come out to that story.
Bro, all I'm
But
saying
just
is,
trying
I ain't no
to-
dummy.
I'm trying to.
You go ahead and think about the ATM, and
Nah,
I'm just sit here and
it
say I
seemed
ain't
fishy.
no
It
dummy.
seemed
son.
fishy, 'cause,
It's
like-
too convenient, bro.
But what-
People go to the ATM every day.
I
B.
get that, but people get robbed at the ATM every day.
Absolutely.
But my point being is, how the hell does he owning Cash App conflict with what China, Russia?
All
and
I'm
Brazil
saying
is
is,
doing?
I personally, I don't know. All I'm saying is, for me to sit up here and act like they could never possibly be related at all, come on, bro.
They better off going after the nigga who created Zelle, because he got the banks in his pocket.
Hey, man.
No,
I didn't-
but also Cash App, he was like, you could file stuff. Like, it was the
you
IRS
can do a
getting
lot
involved.
with Cash App, bro.
So, once again, how does that conflict with what he's bringing up? Because if the IRS
It's
involved,
all
they got
about.
shit to do with
It's
China.
all about no government.
I mean, as far as
maybe
it-
he was
yeah.
onto some shit that we don't know about and we'll never know about now. Maybe he was the reason why they didn't get the funding together.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
He's not running the business by himself. Somebody knows something.
I blame it. I blame the movies. I'm gonna be honest. 'Cause I'm a huge believer in, like, if I ain't see it, then you couldn't. I don't know, but I can't lie. Sometimes a spade is a spade. I'm looking at two spades right now.
Listen,
That
I'm
speed
gonna
is
go with my
That
conspiracy.
nigga's a club.
I'm gonna go with my conspiracy because we are never gonna know. We probably are never gonna figure this out, bro. But I'm gonna stick with my
Nah,
conspiracy.
to
son.
get poked up, that's crazy. Like,
I'm just saying, yo.
first of all, you ain't want to shoot him. You wanted to poke him up.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
But they
Like,
could have did that shit in a more discreet way.
yo,
dog.
but why? But
But let's just say if he looked at the bank account, like, you know how close you gotta be.
that's what I'm
to
saying.
follow
bruh.
through with the
I'm gonna be
transaction.
over your
like,
shoulder, like,
there has to. Nah,
So
I
you
don't
didn't look
know,
over your
man.
shoulder.
It's a
not
lot.
once,
It's
bruh?
a lot though.
You don't
man.
go to the ATM and look over your shoulder. I'm
Yo.
not even a billionaire. And I look over my
I
shoulder.
don't
when
even
go to
like
the
to be on
ATM.
my ass in
Me
the fucking
neither.
store.
You go to fucking
Back
TV
up.
and they got one ATM. Everybody standing there in a little lobby. I be sitting here looking
Let
over
me
my
stop
shoulder
acting
every
like,
2 seconds,
Let me
bro.
stop acting like I didn't see the video. Clearly, the nigga who
it's a
stabbed him up,
video.
he knew. He knew.
I didn't even know.
That's why I don't believe it was conspiracy, because he knew the nigga. They're not gonna get some nigga he know to do it.
He knew.
Yeah, he
Did
went to
you
Tom
know?
Cruise and him.
Did you know? I didn't know. He knew. That don't mean shit. I didn't know.
He knew him. and
But
poked
he
him.
knew. He knew. How you know he didn't just stand at the
Watching back
ATM
at the
all day
ATM.
How you know it's not
and
somebody?
see him and go, oh
But
shit,
how you know
that's
it's
the
not
dude.
somebody he fired?
Could be. Could be.
Come on, man.
Like I
Everybody
said-
got fired, bro.
Yo,
Damn.
see, it don't get promoted as much. Excuse me.
You're right.
But that's why you gotta go through different fucking options before you let people go in companies, because motherfuckers will be crazy enough to come back. And think about it. The dude who
come
got
back.
arrested,
Man.
the dude who was in prison who killed Jeffrey Dahmer. Remember, he was in prison for killing his boss because he got fired.
Well, see, the thing about it is, I refuse to
loved his
believe
job.
that you wouldn't get some kind of severance if you get fired from Cash App. Imagine working at Google and they're like, yeah, peace out.
Not for performance issues. If you not doing your job correctly, I can fire you. Whatever. You ain't getting shit.
Spoken like somebody that
I
be
ain't gonna
firing
hold you.
people.
I be at work poking the bear. Like, I wish you would fire me. And then I get back and be like,
I'll be
I'm
sitting
wilding. I'm bugging.
You gonna mess around and be
That-
Dylan
that's
Brooks.
a-
Don't go be poking bears, man.
that's
the
the
bears
beauty.
gonna bite back.
That's the beauty of working in a company that's predominantly women, because then they say some crazy shit. I'm like, what?
Says the person who's in charge of hiring and firing. That must feel real nice, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yo, you ain't doing your job.
You and Sylvester Stallone. You ain't doing your job. We gonna have some one-on-one.
Speaking of,
you trying to get HR?
What you really doing?
Nah, B.
Yo, you know what's funny?
I'm gonna let them handle that.
This happens literally every episode. This has nothing to do with what the topic is until it got brought up. Hold up, but he brought up Sylvester Stallone. We was talking about porn, which actually brings us to our topic for today because y'all know how everything comes full circle. No, this is not about porn for all you freaks out there. This is actually going to be about something that we saw on Instagram a little bit earlier today, if you will. Those of you that follow good old Justin LeBoy, shout him out. And first of all, Justin, if you see this, bro, you already know what to do, son. You already know what to do. It's called the Educated Brothers Podcast. One word.
I want him to come if he's ever. I'm gonna tag you in these fucking episodes you posted. I want you to come so I can look you in your face and tell you you're a clown. Stop appeasing to these motherfuckers.
First of all,
stop appeasing.
Y'all do know what he does, right?
Yeah,
he just throws a bunch of shit out there to get the people going. It gets the people going.
Yeah, more fuel to fire.
Bro, he be saying some bullshit, dog.
Speaking of the bullshit that he said this time around, we have 3 gentlemen on this show right now, and I will ask every single one of y'all how y'all feel about this statement. Woo! And also our wonderful producer, you gonna have a drop for this one too, bruh. I'll let you. I want based on what drop he says, we'll know how he feels about this one too. So Justin LeBoy goes on IG today and says that all men. This is what he said. All men enjoy. Y'all see this pause? Because he's wilding. All men enjoy having their nipples sucked. And if they are and if a dude says that he don't, then he's lying. Huh?
Bruh.
Yes, I'm glad he hit that bruh.
Nah, hit it one more time. You gotta hit it one more time.
Let me tell you how I am nowhere near a prude, but there are certain things that as a man, I'm not doing.
Nah, see, ho.
That is one of those things.
It's some people who like it.
I said the 3 gentlemen and who we got on the show.
But we ain't none of those people. Like,
that's why we was gonna go around this couch and see how y'all felt about it. Because I tell you right now,
I don't.
Hell no.
He can't speak for all men. That's kind of wild.
That's why. And then the fact to say that if we say something different, then we lying.
That's what he said. He said if we say
if a dude say he don't, he lying.
I read that shit. I'm like, get the fuck.
Your opinion is valued when it's needed.
like jellyfish, yes.
I've thrown certain type of white beaters away from my nipples the wrong way. Yo. What the fuck?
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. There's certain things like, there's certain no-nos for me, right? That's definitely one of those, like, you're gone too far. You're gone too far.
Your accent comes out.
You're gone too far.
That might actually just come out of nowhere. Like,
come on, get out of this door.
Come out of this door. She start going this way. Hold on, where you going? Hold on, babe. Hold on. You're gone too far now. You're gone too far. You got to go. She gonna be like, no, but I was trying to get the ones on the top. No, upon the top.
I am a man. First of all,
Tosh, how do you feel about it, bro? Speak your piece, bro.
First and foremost, I mean, I gotta get in control. So I'm not about to let you call these audible plays. We didn't discuss. We ain't practiced this. No.
Yo, she kisses on your neck. She just go down and go.
I'm gonna have to stop her. Like,
then they start talking like they wasn't 40-year-old virgin.
What was that?
He had the bumpy braille nipples, the Stevie Wonders.
What was that?
You gonna look like Funk Flex when Tyler Creator said that game.
Yo.
Nah, Tyler was wilding.
What are you doing? Stop.
He's like, wait a minute. Where did he even said, he's like, wait a minute. Where did that come from?
And then my thing is, I think that also stems from, like, don't get me wrong, it's scenarios where that could be understandable or whatever if you liked it. You know, some people, they be in relationships. The relationship a little shaky. They be trying to shake it up in the bedroom.
Nah, we good.
Right. I'm here with you. But I'm speaking from a perspective of that's just how some people rock.
Absolutely.
You can't speak for all men, and it's men. Like, that's a topic, that's a category. It falls down into certain things. The nipple licking is under another category. But don't get me wrong, I'm not judging. You do what you gotta
like
do.
what you like, bro.
But it's green, and then there's red and there's blue. Like, yo, there's different colors and there's different people. There's men, there's women. Certain things is feminine, certain things is masculine. When you start touching that line, we gotta start saying pause.
I'm in the middle of it too, like, hold on, baby, pause.
I'm fully aware that some men like to be dominated. So in situations like that, they probably enjoy shit like that. But I remember reading that shit earlier and almost jumping through the phone. Like, you ever read something on social media and like wish that you can like personify the post, jump in the post personally, and then just smack the shit out of whoever wrote it?
That's when I just put the phone down.
That's like, okay, Instagram off.
I'm done.
Time to log out.
He posted that shit at like 1 o'clock. I'm like, you know what? Back to work.
That's God. God's like, yo, you freaky ass. Go ahead and get back to work.
I'm like, yo,
you want to take your break on Instagram. Here you go. Like,
yo, because then think about it. There are dudes out there that like that Prince Albert piercing.
Oh,
y'all know what the Prince Albert is?
That's when you pierce your gooch.
Yeah.
What?
No, you pierce your nutsack.
I'm glad I don't know about this stuff.
You pierce the bottom part of your dick.
Man, leave that shit alone.
I couldn't. That's, first of all,
leave that shit alone.
Everybody,
leave that shit alone. Don't do that.
No, thank you.
Relax.
Yo, because I don't know if it was Justin LeBoy, but somebody also put this. I was telling y'all about this earlier. That apparently, I ain't know this was a thing neither. Some dudes like getting their toes sucked. That's some weird shit. Yo, listen, yes. Because let me tell you something. I don't even like looking at my own feet. I put socks on as soon as I'm done out the shower.
You did athletics.
I got some nighttime socks that I wear. Put them bad boys on right as soon as I'm done with the shower.
Yeah,
So there's just certain things.
I've been playing football for 15 years.
There's certain things, yo.
I've been playing football for 15 years. If a woman looked at my feet and was like, I want to suck it, I'm like, I'm out.
Because now I'm gonna look at you like, yo, you a bad judge of just anything.
Like,
because like
gross.
these,
you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Let's put it in a scenario. It's almost like you don't have the discussion on what exactly you like, and then she just tries something.
That's
and
different.
then you like,
oh.
See, like, you know what? I didn't know that I liked that.
Try that again. Hold up.
I don't.
That's wild.
That's
wild.
I'm happy you brought that up.
That's wild.
Because I'm trying to think if I ever been in a situation like that. Have you, either you, and I'll start with you, Todd, since you're a guest. Have you ever been in a situation where you never tried some shit, the girl, you never spoke about it with the chick, and she just did it?
Yeah.
She just did it?
And then you end up really fucking enjoying it?
No.
Never.
It was always
just normal
1
shit.
+ 1 is 2 for me. It wasn't no variables that I had to figure out the extra.
Okay.
Nah, it was.
Nah, there's been some shit that I've tried. None of that wild shit that we just talked about. And it's not even nothing crazy. It's like, I mean, I don't want to get too graphic, you know, especially because my girl gonna hear this and be tight if I start telling sexcapades, so I ain't gonna do that. But just know,
wife, happy life.
Yeah, listen.
When Thanos come in,
it's one of those things where to Taj's point, you don't know what you don't like until you try it. However,
I'm about to say
there are certain things, like for example, me exit hole always remains me exit hole.
Ain't
gonna be none of that. But I have spoken to women who have said actively that they've dated men who only want to have a finger in their ass to help them come.
Can y'all put this camera on my face?
I had the same exact face, because I'm like, bro, you know there's another way that you can come, right? It's the way that you've been doing it all the other times. You don't need that.
You know what face popped in my mind when you said that shit?
What?
When SpongeBob gave that fish the ugly.
Yo, because some people really do like some shit, son.
He was like, oh my god. No.
Nah, bruh.
SpongeBob was wild.
SpongeBob. First of all, have y'all seen it recently?
I can't.
Yo, it's become the Wild Wild West. Like, remember how SpongeBob and Patrick, they would hint at certain things when they had the clam baby and stuff like that. Like, they hinted at it. Yo, they be wilding now, from my understanding.
That was an episode of SpongeBob where they literally just murdered mad people. Remember when fucking they were doing the Olympics and Patrick jumped on the fucking deep fryer and then the dude came out like
and he became fish sticks and he put a light on him.
So if you go back and watch that scene, all the fish that survived their own side, like Yo, these dudes.
Yo, SpongeBob was wild, son. Imagine being in that writing room and they was just like, fish sticks.
Yo, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? They just killed all these people.
It went way over our heads as kids. We was just like, oh, all right.
He's like, they made fish into fish sticks. That's so hilarious. And it's like, nah, these supposed to be people. These are supposed to be people.
How many seasons of SpongeBob is there?
Bro, this has got to be
it's
like
still
20.
going, so it got to be at least 24.
They gonna keep it going because they got a whole
trying to
amusement
hit
park around it now. So they gonna
they trying to hit Grey's Anatomy numbers.
Nah,
for real.
they passed Grey's Anatomy.
Did they?
Ain't
Yeah.
Grey's Anatomy I think had like 25 seasons.
Yo,
Nah,
I'm
not even trying to be funny.
They're on like season 23.
So I was off.
Okay,
my
we
two.
in double.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
20s.
Nah, but SpongeBob been out longer than Grey's Anatomy.
That's capped.
SpongeBob came out like 99,
Nah, it came out in the
dog.
90s.
When did Grey's Anatomy come out?
Like
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s. It was like 2002.
Damn.
Family Guy been on longer than Grey's Anatomy.
Family Guy's still on, right?
Yeah, and SpongeBob is older than Family Guy.
Nah,
That's wild.
I'm just not gonna believe you. I don't give a damn if you got facts and statistics.
See, this is shit. You don't believe that the fucking Cash App guy got stabbed.
Yep.
Because
SpongeBob wasn't out.
That's just a
It's about priorities.
I say some factual shit. He gonna tell me I'm lying. What the fuck?
I need
Look it up.
receipts.
Ask Siri.
I need
You need
receipts.
receipts?
I need receipts. I can't join in on the conspiracy until he's
Fake
have a little
news?
bit of receipts. Yo. That's fake news over there, son. That's fake news, bro.
But, so you said never, no crazy shit that's happened.
It's always a discussion before, especially like if you want to know how to please a woman, like women are different.
Yeah,
Like,
each one is different.
They'll look in your face and tell you.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So you gotta have that conversation.
Nah, but see with the right woman though, because a lot of women they look in your face and tell you, but then you tell them, like, oh, maybe I'm not the one for you.
Yeah, because they want. Some of them want what they want.
I guess not. I'm not picky, and I'm not. Look, nothing lasts. All right. So if that's the case,
There's a door.
Hey, listen.
and I'll gladly walk through that door before you. Like, I'm not wasting no time. Don't touch me right there.
Don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
think for me, I don't have anything that's like actually like physical per se. But the one thing I did learn,
You don't have a pineapples moment?
Nah, I don't have a pineapples moment.
Baby, let me pour the gasoline on you, baby. So, pineapples, bitch. Pineapples.
Chocolate pancakes.
the regular shit we're supposed to be.
I was watching
The gas goes in the car, nowhere else, okay?
I was
Don't
watching the
touch that
Goods
wax.
last night. That's like,
Okay.
my safe word is blueberry pancakes. Nah, but
Blueberry fake.
what if it's anything that I got put on without like knowing? I have a thrill of almost being caught. That's normal. I think.
I was about to say, that's a normal thing.
Yeah.
I was
So,
about to say, that's
but I never
almost natural.
but I never knew that I had it. I just thought that like if it happens, it happens.
So would you say that's from her, or that's something that you spontaneously did and was like, oh shit, I like this?
Nah, it was something that spontaneously
okay.
happened. I'm like, yo, I like this. So I catch myself often trying to create scenarios to where it can almost happen. Sometimes I be fucking wild. Sometimes
Be in your head like,
case
man,
situations.
What if I
yeah, like,
in your head?
It's like, oh,
Like,
I
yo,
got a flat tire. What are we
damn.
gonna do?
babe, can you come help me?
Yo, Deion Cole said he take pictures of like random accidents so he could lie to his chick. Like, yo, my boy gotta go. I gotta go. Like,
Listen, babe, you watch
that's
this show.
hilarious. That's
Like,
definitely a
damn,
scenario.
my boy just got into it.
I gotta leave.
Yo.
I got
Focus camera. Yeah. Babe, if you watching this show,
nah. He good.
we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
Or is he? It's like, nah. It's like, nah.
But nah,
I was waiting for it.
So I'm trying to think. So the nipple shit is out. Nipple play is out.
Yeah, that's out.
Nobody ain't touching my feet. My feet.
Nope, that's
disgusting.
out. The exit hole remains the exit hole. That's
Yo, and first of all, we're men. Like, there's certain parts of our body that's absolutely disgusting.
I got something. I'll tell you, if you on the same wavelength.
we gonna see in a second. I don't know, bro.
So there's a dumbass question that I've been asking people for a minute. So I'm going to ask it, and I want everyone to answer truthfully.
There we go.
Oh,
You ready?
Lord. I'm
Hell no.
The fact
But
that
you
you
had to
laughed
go
before you
ahead.
even asked it, bro. I don't
So-
even know if I want to know.
So This is like my icebreaker question at parties and shit when I don't know everybody.
Parties with mad people. Go ahead.
As a man, as a man, would you suck a dick for $1 trillion?
No. There are more ways to make $1 trillion, bro.
What?
Yo, speaking of that bullshit, did you see that post where someone said you could get go to a glory hole, you can make $1 million, and somebody suck your dick and you don't know if it's a man? 50% chances a man, 50% chances a woman. You know, my cousin tried the audacity to really double down and be like, yo, son, I mean, like, that's $1 million. I said, but bro,
how down
you
bad
don't know.
You gotta be.
I was like, yo, you
to
don't
start
know.
Suggesting sex for money.
I was like, bro, but there's a 50% chance that it's a man. He was like, yeah, but it's a 50% chance it's a woman. I said, bro, we can't talk about this. We can't talk about this.
The way my mind works, I'll probably be canceled. So I'm gonna just.
That nigga said, I ain't gonna know regardless.
Do what you want.
He was like, I'm never going to see him.
He's like, yo, because then my other cousin, we got a group chat. He was like, one of my other cousins was like, yo, but bro, what if you find out it's a man? He's like, nah,
y'all coming
he's
up
like,
with
yo,
these scenarios.
y'all adding too much
Things
onto it, man.
different.
It just said if it was a glory hole and you didn't know. He was like, yeah, but it could be a dude, like, and you're just bypassing that whole thing. He's like, yo, but it's $1 million. I'm like, bro, there's millionaires being born every day. It's 2023, and that's what the way you gonna try to make your $1 million.
That thinking alone is the reason why women are losing respect for men. That's go out, get a job, get a hustle. Why is you worried about glory holes, man? That's the category on the website.
But that's the issue in itself. Everyone trying to find that quick come up.
I have to blame social media.
And literally in the glory hole, they try to find that quick come up. That's some wild shit. The answer to my own question is fuck no. I got killed at the last party I went to for bringing it up because they were all like, "Oh, you're lying. If you was really put in that situation, you would do it." I'm like, "You must be out of your fucking mind."
Y'all are wild. Yo,
respect is important.
Yo, thank you
for myself. First and foremost.
Thank you. That's my issue with it.
They was like, "That's generational wealth." I'm like, "Yeah, but I would have to live the rest of my life knowing that somebody."
How I got
this money, bro.
I gotta wake up knowing I did that.
And I'm glad that Taj brought it up though, because I personally feel like that's why people answer yes to that question, because they don't got no respect for themselves. Yes, it's funny, we laughing about it and shit like that, but yo, think about it really. If you did whatever the hell those stipulations are and you make your trillions, yes, you are a trillionaire. Cool, you got a lot of money. But in the back of your mind, you know how that you had the way to get that money, not through skill, not through intelligence, no way of like utilizing yourself other than the way that you did to make that trillions of dollars, bro.
Right. And once again, that's like
the boys.
Dirty Mike in the boys.
I'm not trying to be Dirty Mike doing a soup kitchen in the Prius, man. Come on.
Yo, we're gonna fuck in that Prius, and there's nothing you can do about it.
You guys want to join? Yo, that's a wild movie. I love that movie, yo.
Sorry for the stains. Sincerely, Dirty Mike and the boys.
Also, once again, I'm firm on do what you want.
Hey, you like
and
what
these
you
are
like.
my opinions for my life.
Yes,
so I'm not judging.
Agreed. No judgment here.
But at the same time, where I'm coming from, because think about that. Think about it. Think about the decision before you make it, because it could really affect you. You don't know what Dirty Mike got.
Yo,
Dirty Mike got something.
Dirty Mike got something.
You can get affected so many ways for $1 trillion.
Like Dirty Mike, he got something.
He got something.
Your life is on the line for $1 trillion.
And the thing about it is, like, people see those dollar signs, and when you think about it, like on a grander scale, that's why people do the bullshit that they do.
Yo, time out. Throat cancer is on the rise because of oral sex. Is that a real thing?
I don't know.
I don't like trusting these IG. Like,
you know, I'm not one for conspiracies, so I don't really follow that.
Nigga, what? Listen, if that's if that's some real shit, because they need not to promote that.
What they saying is it's both men and women. Men going down on. You know what? I'm gonna preface this a little differently because I know what kind of communities we be dealing with nowadays. So people go down on who they go down on is how I should word that. Absolutely.
Right.
And yes, and because of my preference in liking the female sex, I have no intention of stopping to eat the cake, eat the pie. Sorry, I don't eat the cake.
Dante, you had a beard since we were like 13.
Yes, because I've been eating pie since I was in like 6th grade.
Since he was like 13.
Certified hood classic.
13. magazines were still popping.
Bro, let me tell you, even when people were sitting up here like, yo, nah, you shouldn't be doing that. I was like, well, but why though? Like,
So let me tell you.
but why?
D was the first one in the crew to have his own whip. So he was the second person in the crew to have his own beard. It's like, oh, Dante got a car. I'm like, yeah, that nigga 30.
Oh, man.
He better have his own car.
Yo, that hoopty has made it onto so many episodes.
shit got us
What I'm gonna
everywhere,
do
bro.
is I'm gonna bring a picture of the hoopty because I know I got a picture of that
Rest
joint.
in peace, though.
That car right there, yo.
What kind of car?
I remember it was a 1991. No, I'm talking about the old joint, the 1991 Toyota Corolla, bro. I'm talking about the OG car
Shit like a
that I
remote.
told. I hope my pops don't watch
You
this
took it
episode
back.
because this is self-incriminating.
I fucked with the Mazda though.
Nah, you did, but I'm talking about the Corolla. Remember the one that I took you home in?
Yeah.
And mans ran into the
took
back
back
of my
in?
shit. You know my pops, I told him that we was at McDonald's and somebody like backed into my shit.
Yeah, you had to, bro.
Because, long story short, it was late at night. We had just got done partying or whatever. Sean needed a way home. That's my dog. I'm like, yeah, I got you, bro. Took him all the way home.
Low-key's your
Got
fault.
right in front of his house.
Let me tell you how it went down too, and I'll be brief.
Right in
So,
front of his house.
You know, at the time I was still on 19th and 16th Ave. So literally the night before, and you know how it is. If you at a red light, they bump you, wait for you to get out, take your shit. But ain't no lights on my block. There's a light there now. Crazy enough. There's a fucking light there now.
Go figure.
At the time, there was no light there. So the night before, these niggas had ran up on somebody in front of my building, took their shit. My whole family is outside at this point. My brothers was all sitting outside. I'm talking shit to my brother through the window. Dante's looking at me. He got his hazards on. This car just literally out of nowhere. Boom.
Like smashed into my joints.
I know I'm from Newark. I know how motherfuckers get down. My immediate reaction wasn't, oh, let's see what's going on.
0 to 100.
My immediate reaction was
Real
like, Dante, go.
That's literally what he said. I ain't asked no questions.
Nigga,
All right.
I'm home. I'm like, Dante, go. I'm still in the seat. He pulls off. We went back to Union. My brother called me, like, yo, where you go? I'm like, yo, we in Union. He's like, oh, you pull off like that. I'm like, we wasn't about to wait and find out what the fuck happened. Somebody was trying to take his shit.
His brother thought that his brother thought we ran into somebody that got into an accident and pulled off on some like hit and run type shit.
He was like, yo, where'd I leave? I'm like, yo, they just hit us.
My
like,
boy said pull off. I asked no. I'm not the one to ask questions.
it's certain
I'ma
tests
ask
like that.
questions
You gotta,
afterwards,
like-
bro. We got damn near the Union. I'm like, yo, bro, what the fuck just happened? He was like, yo, they was probably trying to jack you, son.
Listen,
I'm not one to sit there and be like, why should we drive off? Nah, bro.
I appreciate that he listened because the thing is, you know, I'm from it. But I don't carry myself like I'm from it. So when we in scenarios when I have to, you know, put people on, like,
It's instinct.
But a lot of motherfuckers don't listen. We had another story. You know where I'm going.
Oh shit.
We got another story. We don't put no names out because this is real shit.
If you are one of these people that don't listen, please realize you're in danger.
So,
Please.
we got another story. So fucking, it was after school. We were in high school, and we went to go watch other people fight. You feel me?
That was the childish hot
that was
shit.
it. Like we was going to watch a boxing match.
So
Yeah.
we
was
went to
childish
watch
hot
other
shit.
people fight. We're just watching. So at this point, we ain't doing nothing wrong.
You laughing because you know how this story about to progress.
We go to like a little suburban area around the corner from high school. People don't want you fighting in front of their house.
Of course.
And there's literally at this point like 60 motherfuckers.
Yo, I know exactly what story you about to
So-
tell, bro.
Union police pull up. Everybody starts running. I'm looking at these niggas like, I ain't do nothing wrong. I'm walking. I grabbed everybody I could that was close to me, like, yo. But when motherfuckers heard cops, we were all young. Everybody's first instinct was to run. But, like I said,
It was fun at one point. Like mentally,
Nah,
it
it
was
was
like,
fun at
yo,
one point. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you.
cops was there. It was wild.
I also know that if they think if you run, they automatically assume you guilty. So I looked at all the body that was close to me and was like, why are we running? But one of my boys I told not to run still decided to take off.
You're in danger. You're in danger.
Still decided to take off.
Bruh.
So everybody who ran got locked up.
Yo.
Guess who did get locked up?
The people.
I didn't.
I didn't. And
my boy was like, "Stop running, shit."
We literally walked.
I was like, "Yo, he right about that shit." Like we all look guilty as hell. Like we was all a part of this shit.
And literally,
all I did was walk here.
That's it. And
I'm walking home, officer. I don't know what you're talking about.
Literally walk past. So one of the cops.
Yeah, we literally walked by people getting arrested because we was just walking afterwards.
So one of the cops recognized that we was with them and shit. He was like, "Oh, you guys better get out of here." I'm like, "I ain't do shit wrong. Go, I dare you to try to lock me up because I know the law." Like,
excuse me, sir, I'm walking home.
Yeah, like none. You don't know where I live at. This is back in the day when you young. You ain't have to carry no fucking ID on you. You don't know how. What if I decide?
I got my union high ID.
And even if I wasn't by my house, it was by a park. What if I decided to take the long way home? You don't know that. So I'm looking at all these niggas, and the one dude we all felt bad for. Like I said, I ain't gonna put no names out there because he was like,
it's not. It's funny, but it's not. It's not. One of those.
Because he was one of those that should have never been in that position.
He should have never. If he would have just listened,
like
bro.
Literally. Mind you, they rounded up like 50 niggas.
Yo, I don't even know how they caught
that's
everybody.
That's a big crowd.
But everybody don't know how to even caught everybody.
Everybody was only worried about this one person. Because we all knew he should not have been.
Yo, it was one of those, everybody, even when we was walking to the fight, we was like, "Yo, you sure you want to be here, bro?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to see this." We was like, "Yo, you don't need to be here. Like, this ain't for you." We tried to do the Boys in the Hood. We tried to hit him with the tray. Like, yo, you don't need to be here.
That's how
we tried it, bro.
When they was putting his ass in the cuffs, I was like, Ricky! They locked him up. He ain't do nothing. Yo, we called everybody. Like, yo, they got him, bro. They got him, son.
Everybody on MySpace like free him.
You lying? I'm like, yo, nah, they got him.
That's how I know Taj with it in terms of the times. My boy said MySpace. Yes.
Yo, I'm younger than them. For the record, I was tuned in as a young
MySpace, bro.
I was tuned in.
If Dante only knew how young you really are, Taj is young as hell, bro.
How old? Well, we can talk off camera. You ain't gotta tell your age out there.
I'm fine with that. I'll be 26 in 2 weeks. 3 weeks? 3 weeks?
Well, let me just tell the scholars, I ain't 26, so.
Yeah.
But I bet you, if I told y'all to guess in the comments below, how old do you think me and Sean are? Those of you that saw, I think I might have said my age on one of my birthday episodes. You did. So those of y'all that don't pay attention, y'all can still guess.
You ain't got the answers.
You ain't. But yeah. But as we get, today's episode was actually really, really fun because
really pause-worthy moments.
It's one of those moments. But see, somebody gonna argue with you and be like, "Nah, bro, what's so bad about that?" You know what? I really do hope that somebody does comment and say something against what we said, just because I want to see where the mindset is. Like, I know what I like, but why you like that you like? Not that I'm judging. Why you like that?
I'm gonna be honest. After like the whole 2020 mark, a lot of stuff has not been the norm.
Oh,
so I can't even be surprised if somebody out there like it. That's you. Conspiracy. I understand.
So you saying COVID is the reason why niggas like to get their nipples
wow. Wow.
He was in the house that long. He was in the house that long.
I was about to say, people was inside like, you know what, I want to try? And they just started trying shit.
A lot happened after that, yo.
And then outside opened back up and everybody was like, you know what? I'm me. This is who I am. I discovered
what's that
myself.
episode of Family Guy where everybody come out the skin? It's like, yeah, we're free. Yo.
Nah, when they did it from what was that
all
movie?
The black people came out the fucking
That was from The Wiz, bro. Because remember at the end of The Wiz, they all took out their costumes. Can't you see a brand new day?
Yo, after COVID, people was like, yo, this is it.
I wonder, the first nigga,
like, this is me.
The first nigga
accept me for who I am.
The first nigga was in the house with his girl. Was like, yo, man, you being annoying. And he just straight up put a titty in her mouth. Like,
he had to figure it out.
Like, shut up, bitch.
He put his titty in her mouth.
Everybody had to figure it out.
She sitting there like,
mind you, she was
every other dude was probably on 2K.
Oh yes, because I was
being
video
annoyed.
Gaming heavy during quarantine.
During the pandemic, so yes, I was on.
Bruh, video game.
No, excuse me.
Yo,
I was on Madden.
Something.
I was
on.
I had 2K. Yo, 2K, bro.
Because when I play Madden, I don't play online and do all that shit. I play franchise mode. I got to see. What year was that? 2020. I got the fucking season 2045.
Damn.
Cause you gotta remember,
that's like 5-6 games a day, bro. You played a whole season in one day.
I work in home healthcare, so they didn't have us set up. We didn't have laptops and shit to take home with us. So when it got to the point of them shutting down, we all had to go home for like a month. No work was done, and our boss had to do everything because he was the only one with a laptop.
Y'all was lucky. I didn't.
It was crazy. We were still getting paid.
I was still at work.
No, but
Oh
we,
yeah,
I had to go.
We were working.
I was in education, so my shit was done up that weekend.
We were making calls, but what it got to a point was that if you had to go on the location, it had to be like every other day, so it wouldn't be everybody on top of each other. So as they started to open shit up, it was like, all right, but
yo, that was I'm gonna say this last little thing because we only got a little bit of time left. I remember when quarantine first started. Did y'all go to New York City the first I want to say 2 weeks of quarantine?
Nah, B.
I wanted to. I was working.
That shit looked like, because I went to work to go to like the main like hub office.
It was really
that
dope.
shit looked like I Am Legend, bro. Not even trying to be funny. Like that's the first time there was no cars, no people. It was like I'm not even like homeless people was basically running the streets. There was animals legit running down the street like in I Am Legend because nobody was outside, bro.
We almost did some dumb shit. Like remember the first week that shit happened, all of the airfares dropped drastically. They had tickets to fucking Japan. They had tickets to Japan up there for like $150. I'm not gassing.
Yeah.
So one of my boys saw a ticket online for $20 to go to Miami. He was like, "Let's go, man," and get stuck in
everybody was trying to because they didn't take it seriously, bro.
It was spring break.
Yeah, it was right. Yo, bro.
Stopping.
No,
don't get me started.
Got stuck down
nah, bro, that was definitely spring break because my birthday was that fucking Tuesday,
but
bro.
A lot of those kids got stuck because they stayed.
Man, listen.
When they was getting ready to remember, they hesitated on the shutdown to get them home, and a lot of them stayed. So,
man, listen.
But as y'all know, unfortunately, those of y'all that are like tuning in with some popcorn and stuff, y'all gonna be really upset because that's about to be our time, y'all. But before we get on up out of here, we definitely got to make sure we plug in our guest one more time for those of y'all that don't pay attention in the beginning. We gonna make sure this gets done at the end.
Say it all. Go
ahead,
all right,
bro.
so boom, I'm gonna spell it out. It's ROLYAT.T. It's not royalty. It's just T Taylor backwards. I'm sorry for being complicated.
We call our subs scholars, but I can guarantee you there's still gonna be someone that calls you royalty.
What is it?
You figured it out.
Because remember, scholars could come at all levels, from A all the way down to F, because you're still a scholar no matter what, son.
Facts.
But with that being said,
y'all stupid asses better not be getting no ass.
No Talent Beats. Play us out, brother.
That was tough.
No Talent Beats.